It is with great semi-orgasmic pleasure that we welcome star quarterback Nikki Johnson of both the Las Vegas Sin and the Regina with an R Rage from the Lingerie Football League. Now, my first question, Nikki, is when did you know you had what it takes to be in the Lingerie Football League?
I started playing football actually a long time ago. I played flag growing up, and after that I started playing 11-man football for women. But honestly, I had no idea that I was going to be into lingerie football. Because of the uniforms, I wasn't really into it and everything, but one of my ex-coaches started coaching the Vegas Sin last year, and he was like, hey, just come check it out, come check out the athletes, and I did, and I was sold. Like, it didn't even matter about the uniform because the athletes were incredible, like, compared to what I used to play with.
Well, let's talk about the uniforms for a minute. How much ice is required after the game since there are no pants or pads worn beneath the waist?
Most of us are icing pretty good after the games. I mean, we take a lot of big hits. There's no padding aside from our shoulder pads. We get knee pads and elbow pads, but we're not required to wear them. I don't wear them, but yeah, it's pretty brutal.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the hit that was heard round the world this past week. You were laying the wood out there. You laid out Devine Burton. It's become an internet sensation with 6 million views. We're getting a look at it right now, and you absolutely trucked her. How common are hits like this in your league?
They're actually pretty common. They're more common than people think. I guess the LFL just decided to take this one and because it was a clear shot and show it out there, but it happens often. It really does. So, like I tell people all the time, if that's what you want to see, just watch any game. It's gonna happen.
Nikki, what I want to know is how crazy are the fans who follow the Lingerie Football League?
Like Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy.
Pretty intense.
They really are. Yeah, they're intense. I mean, because it's like women in lingerie, it's like all the guys that come out are crazy for that, but because we can actually play ball too, it's just a whole other element. So we get some pretty intense fans.
What is the craziest thing a fan has said to you or even written to you via Twitter?
I don't know. I guess referring to the uniforms, or like they're not watching our play, they're watching the uniforms. I guess that's kind of crazy. But I mean, at the same time, we also get those fans that are telling us, hey, it doesn't even matter about your uniforms. Like, you guys can really ball out there. So that kind of makes up for those comments.
Absolutely.
All right, since you're a player and a coach, I want you to take your coaching hat and put it on right now and give me some advice for the NFL. If you were a coach of the New York Jets, who would you have play quarterback? Would you put in Mark Sanchez or Tim Tebow? You're on the spot.
God. I am on the spot right now. I mean, I would say give Sanchez a little bit more time. He's the vet there. Give him a little bit more time, see what he can do. If he really can't produce anything, then it's time to give Tebow a shot there. You brought him there for a reason, so why not use it?
I don't know if you've seen the classic film Joanna Man, but if I were interested in playing in the Lingerie Football League, what are some skills that I can work on, and how pretty of a woman do you think I'd be?
Well, I haven't seen you, so I don't know how pretty of a woman you could be. But,
you would not be attractive.
Not pretty.
She hadn't seen me. That means I have a chance.
But tips for this league, I would say this to any female or whatever, Joanna Man, coming into this league, it's honestly about hitting. You know, a lot of females, since we don't grow up playing this, they hit high or they run high, and that just sets you up for danger. So it sets you up for a hit heard around the world is what it does. So hit low or you know, hit low and then make sure you're running low too so you don't get cracked. So that's the biggest thing I can tell girls coming out here.
Before you go, what teammate are you most excited to see in the locker room?
Oh, that's just wrong.
What? Because they could be friends?
Yeah, exactly. Make him clarify what context. Yeah. I want to know what context.
You want to know in what context? And I was like, oh, wow, Amber's still in the shower. We can go talk.
All right, so, Nikki, last question. Since you're at practice, you said you're getting ready to get fired up at practice. How physical are the practices? Because I know in the NFL, they take the pads off. You know, it's pretty low-key. Do you guys hit that much in practice as well?
Well, because right now we're in off season right now. We're so far away from season that right now is purely fundamentals. So we're not in pads yet. We haven't even received our pads yet. So it's purely fundamentals, technique, and everything like that. Once we get closer and we start running into the training camp and everything, we'll be throwing the pads on. we don't have a big roster. There's 14 players suit up for the game, and we have a 20-man roster. So you really can't be going hard every practice because you can't risk injury. But we do make sure we get it in so that, come game time, we're ready for it.
I am so glad to hear you say you get it in. We finally got a professional football player on the set. Again, this is Nikki Johnson of the Las Vegas Sin and Regina with an R Rage of the Lingerie Football League. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much, guys.